Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. How Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy interpreted Jerry Jones' all-in comment. The Dallas Cowboys held an introductory press conference for defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer on Wednesday. These were our 5 main takeaways from the session. It was a double mic sort of affair as Mike McCarthy sat in with Zimmer to discuss the overall state of the team. This served as the first opportunity for McCarthy to sit behind a microphone and in front of a camera. Why do we word those things that way when they are in the same position? Since the season-ending press conference, and while it was a session focused on Zimmer, it was interesting to see what he had to say on a variety of things. There were only a handful of questions directed specifically at McCarthy, and one of them had to do with what the overall boss of the team said recently. While at the Senior Bowl a few weeks ago, Jerry Jones said that the Cowboys would be all in on the 2024 season. "I would anticipate, with looking ahead at our key contracts that we'd like to address, we will be all in. I would anticipate we will be all in at the end of this year. So when you say is there any thought, we will push the hell out of it. It will be going all in on different people than you've done in the past. We will be going all in. We've seen some things out of some of the players that we want to be all in on. Yes, I would say that you will see us this coming year, not build it for the future. It's the best way I've ever said. And that ought to answer a lot of questions." Jerry is not naive and knows how this game works. He is well aware that a comment like this will catch fire and not be put out for a long time. Just consider how many times you have likely discussed this idea with your circle of people you discuss football with. Everybody is wondering how all-in the Cowboys will in fact be this offseason. As noted, McCarthy was asked about this and was specifically asked how he interpreted the comment. "For the organization? I'm just trying to get a coaching staff hired right now. I think with that, obviously we've had some really good teams the last couple years. We're disappointed that we haven't reached the ultimate goal. I think it's just identifying the fact that it's important to go back and start the basics, and that starts with player acquisition. And the ability to get the new staff and get the personnel guys in the same room next week. And make sure we just stay on point and do the things we need to do to make sure that we're winning. And building that confidence and the things you need to do when it comes down to the stretch. In the playoffs and win playoff games and win championships. But as far as everything else, that's the way I took it." Mike Zimmer makes his thoughts clear about Cowboys defense. The Dallas Cowboys defense improved significantly under Dan Quinn. They struggled against the run every single year with Quinn on board, but they were deadly against the pass, especially in the secondary and in pass rush. However, despite all the talent in their ranks, this team's defense often collapsed when it mattered the most. And that's something Coach Mike Zimmer wants to make sure doesn't happen on his watch. The new defensive coordinator talked about his priorities during his introductory press conference, and he had an interesting take on how to approach this new challenge, via John Machota. Per Zimmer, it'll be all about communication and making the most of each player's skill set and not so much about technique or even play calling. At the end of the day, it's about what the players can do. We can be the smartest guys in the world, but if the players can't do what we're asking them to do, then we're not very smart, Zimmer said. He stated that if they try to do something the players can't do, then they're not very smart after all. That's actually right on point. You may not have the right players to fit your defensive scheme, so you either have to find different players or change your scheme, but you can't always make the players adapt to something they're not good at or not familiar with. Zimmer is a solid defensive-minded coach with plenty of experience, and he should find success with this group of players. Then again, the biggest concern for the Cowboys will come on the other side of the field, as there will continue to be major questions about Dak Prescott's ability to lead this team when it matters the most. Cowboys could make run at Chiefs Super Bowl hero, says analyst. The Dallas Cowboys could look to borrow from the Kansas City Chiefs in an effort to become a Super Bowl contender for 2024. USA Today's Reed Hansen put together a list of the top free agent wide receiver targets that the Cowboys could pursue. One intriguing name on the list is Chiefs wideout Mecole Hardman, fresh off his Super Bowl winning touchdown catch. Hansen believes there are better fits for Dallas, but still lists Hardman as a potential option. At 5'10", 287 pounds, Hardman is primarily a slot receiver, Hansen detailed in a February 12, 2024 article titled, Ranking the Top 10 Free Agent WRs for the Cowboys in 2024. This is obviously bad news to the Cowboys, because Lamb is Dallas' primary slot guy when in 11 personnel. Still, Hardman is young, fast, and gadget-like, making him an intriguing option for any offense wanting to ramp up their creativity. Considering the Cowboys haven't even found a way to use their speedster Cavonte Turpin to his potential yet, Dallas probably isn't a great fit even if he comes with upside. Hardman ended up being the Super Bowl hero, despite a bumpy season that started with the New York Jets. New York opted to trade Hardman to Kansas City in October, reuniting the wideout with Patrick Mahomes. Hardman played on a one-year, $4 million contract this season. The good news for Dallas is Hardman is unlikely to break the bank this offseason. Yet, the wideout's Super Bowl performance may have earned him a bit more money. Hardman finished the Super Bowl with 3 receptions for 57 yards, including the game-winning touchdown. Despite the impressive outing in Vegas, Hardman was used sparingly after being traded to Kansas City. Hardman had 14 catches for 118 yards in 6 regular season games for the Chiefs in 2023. The wideout notched just 1 catch for 6 yards during his brief stint with the Jets. After topping 500 receiving yards in his first 3 NFL seasons, Hardman's production has been much quieter in the last 2 years. The Chiefs' wideout is not a significant enough addition to turn the Cowboys into the class of the NFC. It still could be a move worth considering, as Hardman is a player capable of competing to be Dallas' third receiver. The bill is coming due for Dallas' solid recent draft classes, with players like CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons' rookie deals about to end. Lamb just completed his 4-year, $14 million rookie contract. The playmaker is slated to play on a 5th-year option in 2024 with a $14 million salary. Lamb is likely headed for even more of a raise on his new deal. Spotrac projects Lamb's market value to be a 4-year, $115.4 million contract. Lamb has emerged as one of the top NFL receivers, but Dallas' other wideouts had mixed results when it came to production in 2023. Brandon Cooks came on strong late in the season, but Michael Gallup continues to be mentioned as a potential cap casualty this offseason. And you fan, what do you think of the Mecole Hardman situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.